Hi guys, Samantha again from We Are Beautiful, the San Diego chapter. So on my heart is what to do when your promise doesn't come through. The title of this is not meant to be in any way like skewed, like what, God doesn't come through on his promises? A different explanation behind what I'm trying to say, so listen up. So when I first joined the We Are Beautiful team, I had met Faith, which she hasn't posted a video yet, but she will soon. And I remember just being so brokenhearted because I am going through a lot of physical pain and a lot of the doctors can't really narrow it down to what it is. I've tried so many diets, so many procedures, techniques, and nothing really seems to hit why I have all these issues. I remember just being really sad, just like feeling like I don't really have the body to do what I know I'm called to do, which is to be a teacher, to be in ministry. I just don't have a body that's letting me do that pain-free. And I remember Faith spoke over me that day, and she had said that God had shown her that he was writing a new chapter in this whole story with me, and that healing is called to me, and that just to wait for it and wait for that promise. So I clung to that baby for like ever. And then our We Are Beautiful founder, Marlicia, she spoke over me too, that she's like, I feel like you are holding on to this fear that you're not going to be healed, to earn your healing, which was spot on. I do sometimes feel like if I just did this for the Lord, or if I followed him this much, or if I loved him this much, I would be healed in this point. If I prayed right, it would happen. And she just spoke over me saying that's not the case at all. Your healing is promised to you. You need to wait on the Lord. I was scrolling through Facebook, and you know how when it shows you what you've like written a year ago, share this memory. Well, I checked it, and it was a whole post on Facewall saying like, thank you for coming and pray for me in church. Like, I've been feeling that my future is not looking bright and that my healing is not gonna come. I wrote that post 3 days before my birthday. And I reread it 3 days before my birthday. My birthday is actually Friday. And I just started crying. Like, I was so hopeful in that moment of time that it was gonna come through. I just had this feeling like, God, you don't love me. Like, look at my sister, look at this sister. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. Why am I dealing with this? Like, what did I do? I'm seeking to find you. I'm in ministry. I'm pursuing a career that seeks to touch your children, your very children. Honestly, when I felt that, I had to call Alicia, and I called her and I just cried and I said, and I feel like this healing is not gonna happen for me. She's so great. She was like, we only prayed for you like less than 0.5 seconds ago. She really put things into perspective. And right now it does feel like God's promise hasn't come through, but I felt just the Lord saying, just wait, like just hold on. He's like, have I ever failed you? And the answer is no. And I was just sitting in my car thinking about just the We Are Beautiful ministry. When Moses he's standing on and he's raising his hands, and every time he raised his hands, Israel would prevail. But every time he put his hands down, it would not. And his two buddies come up and see this happening, and Moses' hands are growing tired. Like, they're like, I cannot hold this up anymore. And his two buddies come up next to him and they're holding his hands up, and Israel is prevailing. And that's what I feel like this ministry is about. When you feel like you can't, this ministry and this group and God's people are the people of God, the people that God has placed in my life. They are raising my hands right now to keep believing and to faithfully wait for this promise. If anything, I'm so glad you're on this channel, because this is what we honestly as a team feel like we're called to do. We're here to lift your hands up. You could be somewhere far away. You could be someone that we're close friends with. You could be someone that we haven't talked to since high school. Wherever you are, like, this is our passion. That we want you to feel like you got someone on your side. We're on your side. Speaking of which, I can't believe I just said that because it leads perfectly into. I always feel the greatest connection to the Lord in my worship and just pouring out, because I remember Stephanie Gretzinger had said, sometimes you sing it because you believe it, and sometimes you sing it until you do. There's something so powerful about being in a place of, I don't want to sing, and singing anyways, because it's you laying out your heart saying, I don't know what's going on. I don't see what you're doing. The world is telling me to forget you, go do things my own way. But in my surrender, I lift my voice to you. I will sing even in this darkness. I was sitting down, and Kim Walker-Smith had just come out with a song, and the lyrics are just so powerful. I have to read it to you. It says, you are on my side. You go before me. You stand behind me. You tell my fear to run. Always and forever, I am loved. You are on my side. You are on my side. Just reading that God is on my side. He's on my side. Even if I can't feel him, even if I can't see him, even though the pain is real, he is here. And he's not disappointed in me. I think that's the biggest thing, that I feel like such a huge disappointment sometimes, that I'm waiting on something and I'm not being as faithful as everyone is saying, like, Sam, you're being so faithful and waiting for God's promise. And I'm like, if you only knew what's really going on in here. Like, it's not always like that. And just to know that God isn't intimidated by the nights that I scream out to him saying, what's going on? What's happening? He's not afraid to get down in the mud with me, work it out, wrestle with me, and really bring me to a place where I can say now that if I didn't get my healing, I just want to know Jesus. If God's promise to you seems like it's not coming through, stay the course, because there's nothing in this world that Satan would love more to do to you than make you doubt A, his promise to you, because God does not back out on his word, and B, to doubt yourself on how much you're loved. There's really no depth to his love. There's really no height to his love. It's something that just even talking about, your mind kind of gets like, you can't comprehend it. And thank God, because if I could comprehend God's love, then he wouldn't be worth a God serving. The fact that I can't comprehend God's entirety, I can't comprehend God's love for me, I can't comprehend what he sees for me, it makes God all that more exciting to learn about, and more just grateful that I serve a powerful God, and he's not gonna fail you. He never will, and he's gonna come through, and we are here to support you, pray with you, and be the ones that lift your hands up in this time. So that's just me, and don't ever think that this team is, happy-go-lucky all the time. We face struggles just like you, and we're fighting, and we're here to fight with you. So that's really all I have. There's my vulnerable heart. You've got it. Thanks, guys.